Have you ever stopped to wonder why we celebrate New Year's Day? It's a day marked on calendars across the globe, a universal moment of transition, of endings and beginnings. But how did we come to acknowledge this day as the start of something new? And how has its celebration morphed through the ages and across cultures? These questions open doors to fascinating narratives, veiled in the mists of time. Join us as we unravel the rich tapestry of New Year's history. Our journey begins in the realm of the ancient civilizations. These early societies, in their quest to make sense of the world around them, began to track the passage of time. It was a daunting task, one that required acute observation and a deep understanding of the natural world. In the fertile crescent of ancient Babylon, people developed a lunar calendar, marking the phases of the moon as the months passed. It was a significant step forward, providing a framework for planning, farming, and religious observance. Meanwhile, along the Nile, the Egyptians were devising a solar calendar based on the annual flooding of the river and the position of the stars. This calendar, with its 365 days, was remarkably accurate, and it set a standard for timekeeping. Over in Rome, the Romans were not far behind. They established a calendar that was a blend of lunar and solar systems. It was a bit haphazard at first, but with the introduction of the Julian calendar by Julius Caesar, the Romans eventually settled on a system that closely resembles our modern calendar. These early attempts at timekeeping were not simply about marking days and months. They were about understanding the cycles of life, the ebb and flow of seasons, and the rhythm of the world. They defined a new year, a moment of renewal and rebirth. Thus, the seeds for New Year celebrations were sown. In the heart of Rome, the New Year's story takes an interesting turn. Let's dive into the Roman era, a time that saw a major evolution in the celebration of the New Year. The Romans initially celebrated New Year's in March, marking the beginning of warmer months and the season of growth. However, this all changed with the rise of Julius Caesar. In 46 BC, Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, which closely resembles the modern Gregorian calendar we use today. With this new system, he shifted the start of the new year to January 1st. But why January, you may ask? Well, it was to honor the Roman god, Janus, the deity of beginnings and transitions. Janus, often depicted with two faces, had the ability to gaze into the past and the future simultaneously, making him a fitting symbol for the turning of a new year. As part of the New Year's festivities, Romans engaged in a tradition of gift-giving, known as strinae. They exchanged gifts of honey, pears, and even coins with a two-faced Janus imprinted on them, symbolizing good luck for the year ahead. It was believed that giving these gifts would earn the favor of the gods and ensure good fortune. Alongside gift-giving, merrymaking was a central part of the Roman New Year celebrations. Romans would throw parties, enjoy feasts, and essentially bring the city to life in a vibrant spectacle of joy and goodwill. Amidst the revelry, the Romans also made a point to settle outstanding debts, a practice that echoes today in the form of New Year's resolutions. It was a time to start afresh, to clear the slate, and to step into the new year unburdened by the past. The Roman influence on New Year celebrations was profound and far-reaching. It not only shifted the date of the new year, but also introduced practices that have endured and evolved over millennia. Today, as we exchange gifts, make resolutions, and celebrate the arrival of the new year, we are, in essence, keeping alive traditions that were born in the heart of ancient Rome. The Roman influence was far-reaching, shaping New Year traditions for centuries to come. As centuries passed, New Year's celebrations began to reflect the diversity of human culture. The turning of the year, marked differently around the globe, is a testament to this rich tapestry of traditions. In the East, Lunar New Year, also known as Spring Festival in China, is a vibrant celebration steeped in tradition and symbolism. It is a time of family reunions, feasting on special dishes, and giving red envelopes filled with money for luck. The festival traditionally ends with the Lantern Festival, illuminating the night with a sea of lanterns, symbolizing the letting go of their past selves and embracing new identities. Meanwhile, in the heart of the Middle East, Islamic New Year, or Hijri New Year, is a quieter, more reflective time. It marks the journey of the Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Medina, a momentous event in Islamic history. The day is often spent in prayer, reflection and reading from the Quran, offering a spiritual start to the new year. Over in Israel and in Jewish communities worldwide, Rosh Hashanah marks the Jewish New Year. It's a time of self-examination, repentance, and casting off sins in the form of small pieces of bread thrown into flowing water. The blowing of the shofar, a ram's horn, is a call to repentance and a reminder of the divine presence. These varied traditions, from the boisterous to the reflective, each have their unique customs and significance, but they share a common theme. They all mark a moment of transition, a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and welcome the future with hope and anticipation. From the lantern-lit streets of Beijing to the hushed mosques of Mecca, from the sound of the shofar echoing in Jerusalem to the fireworks bursting over Sydney Harbour, we see a world united in celebration. Despite our differences, the common thread of hope and renewal weaves us together. Fast forward to today, the New Year's celebrations have adapted to the rhythm of our modern world. The transition from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar in the late 16th century marked a significant shift in our perception of time. Pope Gregory XIII, for whom the calendar is named, decreed that New Year's Day would henceforth fall on the 1st of January, a day dedicated to Janus, the Roman god of beginnings. And so the world began to celebrate the new year in unison. Our modern world has imbued this ancient tradition with a dash of spectacle and a pinch of personal reflection. As the clock strikes midnight, the skies light up with fireworks, a tradition that dates back to medieval times. These brilliant displays serve not only as a visual feast to usher in the new year, but also as a way to ward off evil spirits, a belief held in many cultures around the world. Where there are fireworks, there are also resolutions. The tradition of making New Year's resolutions is a modern manifestation of an age-old practice. From the Babylonians promising to return borrowed objects and repay debts, we've evolved to setting personal goals for self-improvement, a testament to our constant strive for betterment. And of course, who can forget the iconic Times Square ball drop? A spectacle that has marked the arrival of the new year since the early 20th century, it is a perfect example of how we've embraced technology to enhance our celebrations. The descent of the glittering crystal ball has become synonymous with the countdown to the new year, watched by millions around the world. From adopting a new calendar to lighting up the night sky, from making resolutions to watching a crystal ball descend, we've shaped our New Year's traditions to reflect our evolving societal values and technological advancements. New Year's Day, a testament to our collective journey, continues to evolve, capturing the spirit of the times. From ancient beginnings to modern celebrations, the essence of New Year's remains unchanged. The journey of New Year's Day and its celebrations have been a remarkable voyage through time and across cultures. It's a tale as old as time itself, marked by the steady ticking of the cosmic clock. From the earliest civilizations who marked the passage of time by the movements of celestial bodies, to the Romans who dedicated the new year to Janus, the god of doorways and beginnings, we have been captivated by the promise of a fresh start. The celebration of New Year's has traversed continents, weaving a rich tapestry of customs and traditions. From the vibrant festivals of Asia, echoing with the resounding clang of temple bells, to the joyous revelry in the streets of Europe, each culture adds a unique thread to this global celebration. Despite the differences in customs and traditions, the core themes of New Year's remain universal. Renewal, hope, and celebration. These are the pillars that underpin New Year's traditions worldwide. The turn of the calendar page symbolizes a renewal, a chance to wipe the slate clean and start anew. It's a time to reflect on the past, learn from our experiences, and set our sights on the future. Hope is the lifeblood of New Year's. It's the optimistic belief that the coming year will be better, brighter, and filled with more opportunities. It's the hope that fuels our resolutions, whether it's to learn a new skill, improve our health, or simply be kinder to one another. And of course, celebration, the outpouring of joy and gratitude for the gift of another year. It's a time to share in the company of loved ones, to raise a toast to the year gone by, and to revel in the promise of the year to come. As we welcome another year, let us remember the rich history that brought us here, and look forward to a future filled with hope and promise. Happy New Year!